Hello, and welcome back to the Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Today, my people, I am joined by none other than Ash. You already know him. He's part of the furniture now. This guy is on the channel most of the time, so he's part of the furniture. We know him here, man. Like Ash, how you doing, Ash, man? How you doing, my
All
broski?
good, all good, all good. We're part of the furniture is mad, bro.
Bro,
That's a
at this
mad intro, man.
at this point you
But I
are,
like
bro.
it. I
No
like it. I
disrespect,
like it.
man. No disrespect,
No,
man.
no, no. I like it, bro. I like it. I like it so much, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good. A
Uh,
big game, excited game. So yeah, looking forward
Mate,
to the stream, bro.
100%, 100%. And I'm joined by a debutant on the Football Corner, man, who I've been wanting to have on for a while. It's none other than the Liverpool representative. Roms is in the building. Roms, how you doing, my broski?
Big up Sard. You know what? Life works in mysterious ways because Sard doesn't even know this, but I was gonna hit up Sard a couple of days ago to say, bro, because we've been on the terrace a few times together. I was gonna hit up Sard anyway, like we need to collab. So now thanks for having me, bro. Sorry that you can't see
That's all
me. For
good.
those of you familiar with me anyway, you know what my big ugly face looks at. But no, thanks for having me, Sard. And yeah, I'm ready to chop it up. I'm having problems with my
Yeah.
laptop. That's the only reason why you can't see me now. But listen, you can still hear my voice, so it's calm.
Nah, 100%. And JJ is not here yet. He did tell me he was gonna get here around quarter past. So we'll just run the show up. Anyway, I think me and Ash really quickly just have to go on a little bit of a tangent, a rant, before we really get into things. So Ash, I'm gonna pass the torch to you,
Mm,
and I want you to speak on the whole situation for the breaking news that we received today,
on the
from
fraud.
all of the journalists about this fraud who can't stay fit for love nor money. Let us know your thoughts on the whole Thomas Party situation.
Bruh, at this point, you were saying like, because I saw the group chat and you guys were texting about it, bro. I didn't even have the energy to talk about it anymore, man. I'm just tired and done with this guy. It's funny, like this is a Liverpool Arsenal match preview, and both our teams have like players that are so good on their day, and
Mhm.
like one of the best in the world at their day at what they do, but are never fit. And uh, it rubs salt to the wound when you know that Alcantara is training and coming back soon, and this guy is like having setback after setback after setback after setback. And the worst part is, right, with Thomas Partey, is not only is he so crucial to our team that when he doesn't play, we don't have any adequate replacement to play the same style. Like if you look at every single player in our team, right? I would argue when they're all fit and available, he is the most important only because if Saliba doesn't play, we can makeshift a little bit for like a little while. Like we can play someone else
Mm.
there, like Ben White or Tommy Yasu, who's played center back. In fact, I think his original position is center back.
Yeah, yes.
If Odegaard doesn't play, you can play Smith Rowe, who 2 years ago, like we were all raving to be our next number 10, anyways. Saka is not available. Like we beat City without Saka, anyways. Martinelli, we have trust. Like in every position, we have some player who can step in for a short while. Thomas Partey is the only one who, if he's not available, we have to change our entire system. And the biggest
Mm.
problem with this fraud is that he's on 200 or 250K a week. So you can't even get someone while he's still there. You got to sell him, especially with the FFP thing that's going on. There's a reason why no teams were able to get anyone this January. Like we're really tight in terms of our budget. To get
Mm.
someone, you have to sell him to make space. And I'm telling you this, yeah, I know this might sound harsh, and some people will be like, yo, what the hell is he saying? Bro, the guy I think is a coward, bro. Like grow a pair. Like be a man. What are you doing every single time you're having a setback at training? Oh, he felt a little niggle. So what? So what felt a little niggle? You've been feeling a niggle for like a year. Play with that damn niggle, man, because this guy, we're gonna be selling him in the summer anyways. At least I hope we are. Right? It's stupid. It's insane if we keep him beyond the summer, by the way. If we get any offer for him from, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or Juventus or Mars or Venus, I don't give a shit. Sell him for whatever you can sell him, right? Because I'll tell you this, yeah. If we sold him last summer, I think we would have got Lavia. I know he's been injured for Chelsea and all that stuff, but in the long run, I think Lavia would have been better for us in the next 2, 3, 4 years than having Thomas Partey. It's annoying, man, because I feel bad for some players who get these injuries, especially when it's like a leg break, like an ACL, these kind of things. You can't play with these kind of injuries. Of course, you've got to rest and rehabilitate and all that stuff. But this guy's getting weird niggles and injuries like from training. His last 3-4 injuries have been in training. What the hell are you doing in training to be getting injured over and over and over again? I think at some point we just have to be like, yo, shut the hell up. Go play with whatever injury you have. And just run.
Actually, you know what it is, bro? I've been saying this to Arsenal fans for years, the last 2-3 years. Your party is our Thiago. Their talent is undeniable. When they're both fit, that's two of the first names on this team sheet, but they're just picking up injury after injury after injury. That when I do my daily prayers and that Thiago's in them, he's in them at least every 3-4 days, because the thing is, he's such a talented player that been one of the best midfielders in the last 5-6 years. But when a player is so injury prone with that talent, it's like you're so good, but at what cost? It's like, do we have to cut our losses? Because like you're never available, and you know what they say, availability is one of the best, the best ability. So I understand your frustration because we have it with Thiago as well, and I just hope now sometimes things can align. But with Klopp's last year, hopefully there's just a miracle where Thiago can stay fit till the end of the season, because I think he could be a big reason potentially why the season could be very special for us. But I understand your frustration, bro. Honestly, I understand it.
Yeah, man.
You know, for me, to be honest, I should, I don't know. I think I was being a bit naive, thinking, you know what, they didn't put him in the squad, for Nottingham Forest. I think that they're just, they're trying to, you know. Actually, I don't know what the fuck I don't know what I was thinking, bro.
Bro, last
I don't know what I
stream,
was thinking.
I told you, because you said when was it Capo who asked you, is he back? And you said, yeah, he's back. And I'm like, guys, they always say this. And look what happened.
No,
Bro,
but then Ash,
I'm done with this guy, bro.
I can't blame Sar for thinking he's back, because even I think rivals thought when he's running that pace in Dubai and he's been in the Emirates training. I think he trained in your stadium the other day. I know quite a bit about Arsenal because obviously my brother's Arsenal fan and whatnot. I'm thinking, yeah, he's gonna be back. Like I don't blame you for thinking that way, Sar. I was thinking he's actually back now. We're seeing him train, and then this comes out again. So yeah.
But the thing is, you have to ask the question: if he is getting injured in training, what are they doing in training? Like, are these guys doing sprints, like 10 hours straight? Just sprinting
Because we
from
don't
one
see it
side.
on the pitch.
Bleep test, 10 hours straight. That's it. You're just going from one side to the other, bang, bang, bang. Is that what this guy is doing? Because I can't. This is as simple as it gets. I cannot accept a player who has torn his ACL being back before this guy, when all he had was a strain. Do you understand how crazy it will be if Timber touches football pitch before this guy does?
Because the narrative was Timber might even not see the rest of the season. They were saying he's out for the rest of the season. So if he comes back, you're spot on. You're spot on, bro.
This if he comes back, because listen, anybody who knows me, anybody who's seen me on any kind of, I have been saying all we need to do is get to Partey back. All we need to do is get Partey back. So the fact that he's not going to be back, and bro, I don't know if he's going to be back. I don't know what's going on with this guy. But let's face it, he's done. He's done. I already knew he was going to get sold anyway. We had to keep him in this season, obviously, because, we have a season still to go. Do you know what I mean? We have a season to try and do our thing. Obviously, last season he didn't really show. We knew that he was injury prone. We didn't know it was going to be this bad because he'd gone a whole season where he was playing, or majority of the season where he was playing. So for me, I just feel like this has been one of the most ridiculous things I've seen, that he's been out for this long. He doesn't go to the African Cup of Nations, and we're hearing things like, oh yeah, he chose to stay back. He's okay, but he chose to stay back. It was his decision. He wanted to be ready for Arsenal when we come back from Dubai, and he wants to be ready for that trip. And I'm like, bro, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? If this is true, then fair enough. He's actually made a decision where he's put his country, he's put his club in before country, which is, listen, as an Arsenal fan, I'm never gonna hate on that because I'm just biased to my team. But when it comes to Party, this guy has to be gone. He has to be gone in the summer. I agree with Ash completely. If we keep him past this summer, then something is seriously
Idiots.
wrong. Some questions need to be asked about who's making these decisions. Questions definitely need to be asked. But listen, um, this guy has been doing a madness. Uh, he's getting injured from doing gender reveals. I'm seeing training pictures, and this guy's getting injured. I'm fucking done. I'll be so real with you. I'm done with it, bro. I am actually done with it, and I can't really sit here and really focus on this guy anymore because he is so important to our team, and the fact that we haven't replaced him now is a whole situation in itself.
And sad for me, like as I said, the issue is he's on like 200 or 250K a week, bro. Like I'm just thinking about it, right? Like we signed them what in 2019 was it, or 2020? I think 2020 when we signed him. I don't think he's ever like lived up to that kind of money. I really don't. I know last season obviously we were incredible.
Mm.
We finished second. We challenged for the title. Fair enough if you want to just, but I don't think that one season is enough to like cover up everything else. All the money he's been making. Like I know people mock Arsenal for like signing El Neni to a new contract when we did. And I don't think we should have. Obviously, we shouldn't have
Mm.
signed Nketiah. We shouldn't have re-signed Nelson. But these guys are not bagging the kind of money this guy is bagging. And the problem is, as I said, if we are like the kind of team like City or Chelsea that can just pay and pay and pay, that's fine. But we are
Yeah.
money strapped. We're so tight in our budget right now that paying someone like him who barely gives us. Do you realize he's played less than 45% of the Premier League games so far since he's joined Arsenal? Less than 45% of the available Premier League games.
It makes
And
me
he's
sick.
one of our highest like earners. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It makes me sick. But listen, enough about this party guy. This party Donny. Let's get to business. And I wanna go to Rums. I'm gonna let him go first. Rums. Let me know how you're feeling about your season so far. Let me know what your thoughts are on your season so far. Um, this season, how you've been. Actually, let's do this. Let me know how about your season,
Mhm.
and also let me know your thoughts on Klopp. You know what I mean? We had to get that one in there. You know we
Alright,
had to
cool,
get that
cool.
one in there. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what it is, bro? The two words I would say about my season is pleasantly surprised because coming into this season, my predictions were we'd finish third, only
Mm.
because we had a big midfield exodus and we had a big midfield revamp as well. But the exodus we had was experienced players that needed to go, but your Fabinos, your Hendos, your Milners, etc. Firmino leaving, Keita leaving, all five of them experienced players. And I just thought, you know what, we're good enough to get top four, but I thought it would be you and City for the title, especially off the back of last season. I said we'll win the Europa League from early. The minute we got confirmed, the minute last season ended, I said we were in the Europa League, and I said a domestic cup would go with it. Now we could win all four. Do I think we'll win all four? No, but we can win all four. But I'm presently surprised because I did not think we'll be in a title race this season, and the fact we are, I'm over the moon. Last season, I was thinking to myself, where does Klopp kind of go from here? It's well documented that I was Klopp out, not because he's a bad manager. I just thought his time at Liverpool, sometimes, you know, when you're working, you just need a different environment. I was like, he will go anywhere else and win everything. He's a quality manager, but I just thought his time at Liverpool was done. I've got egg on my face, had to hold my hands up. New evidence, do you know what I mean? And what he's doing this season, tactically, his in-game management, things that I was kind of upset with him for last season, he's done amazing, man. And the position we find ourselves in, I know we've all had injuries, but for example, going to you lot in the FA Cup without half of our big players, other games where you haven't have our big players, and we're just winning with ease. I'm just it's cloud nine at the moment, man. It's actually cloud nine at the moment, and we're doing excellently. And out of the four trophies, I actually believe we win a treble. I know Liverpool fans aren't going to want to hear this, but I do believe the one we miss out on is the big one in the Prem. But I think we'll win the FA Cup. I think we'll win the Europa League. I think we'll win the League Cup as well, which second and a treble. I know it's not the treble you'd like, but that doesn't include a
Is
Champions League
it
or a Prem.
domestic?
But yeah, the
No, it's not.
domestic, it'll be
It's not
domestic with
if
a
it's the Prem.
European
Yeah,
Europa League.
yeah.
That and second is still a very good season, but we want the fairy tale ending for Klopp, man. But this Man City team, as all three of us have experienced, they're not a joke. When they smell blood, they smell blood. They've had Haaland and KDB in a hyperbolic chamber. They've both come out now. You're seeing already what KDB's on. The Newcastle game, getting a goal and assist off the bench. Haaland's probably going to bag their next game. I'm hearing Pep saying he's ready to start. He'll probably score whoever they have. I think it's Brentford. And I've got faith in my team. The thing is, my opinion will change is if we have a good record against City at home. If we're still top after that Man City game, that's when I'll start to believe a bit more. But I've got PTSD, lads. I've got PTSD. So where I'm at is I think we'll win a treble, but I think we will fall. If you ask me now, from here on, I think we will fall short. But that still is a very good season, a treble and second place. Now, my thoughts on Klopp. Listen, he brought us back to the pinnacle, man. The best manager I've ever seen at my club. You saw what he took us. You saw where he took us, where we were from how we are now. That team, we were basically a mid-table-ish fifth, sixth, seventh team. Wasn't really winning anything. Our best players were leaving, like your Suarez's, your Sterling's. We were kind of in limbo, and he's brought us back to where we should be. Won everything for us. So it's going to be a sad day. And anyone that comes in after will be that natural downgrade. They just will be, and it's not necessarily their fault, but they're just not Jurgen Klopp. I know Alonso's being touted, again, doing very good with Leverkusen, but he is still quite a novice. I feel like Leverkusen and Liverpool's a different pressure. De Zerbi's getting touted, but I've always said De Zerbi's a good coach, but I feel like people have overrated him. What he's doing with Brighton's good, but he has these crazy results. Yeah, he's got his identity. Yeah, on his day, it looks amazing, but again, I think Brighton and Liverpool just be too much of a massive step. And my successor I would want is Hansi Flick, because he's won everything with Bayern. When you come into Liverpool as well, Alonso and De Zerbi have not dealt with personalities like your Trent, your Van Dijks, your Salahs, your Alissons. Hansi Flick has. He's dealt with the Neuers, the Müllers, the Lewandowskis, the Philip Lahms, the Kimmich. That he's dealt with the players of that ilk, and he would come into a club that is of similar magnitude as Bayern Munich. Liverpool and Bayern are very similar in terms of size. So that's my first choice. Then I probably would go with Alonso second. Just that he does understand the club, but my only worry with him is he's still quite new in his managerial career, man. I think it's Real Sociedad's B team, and Leverkusen first team. But where I think he took over them at 16th though last season. They were battling relegation, and to make them compete for a title now, 2 points above Bayern. I think they got Bayern soon. I understand why our fans want him in. And to be fair, if you look at some of our managers in the past, some of our best managers, your Dalglish's, your Shankly's, your Bob Paisley's, I know it was a different era, it was a different time, but they were novices as well. They lacked experience. So there is pros and cons for the Alonso thing, but my number one is Hansi Flick. But anyone's going to be a natural downgrade after Klopp, man. Anyone will, because what that guy's done for us is ridiculous.
Would you not say that Hansi Flick's reputation was kind of faltered a bit because of how he did with the Germany national team, or would you say he's still a top manager?
I would still say he's a top
regardless.
manager, because I would think it's a bit of recency bias when people like he's a bad. Sorry, not recency bias. Like a recency agenda when people like he's bad, because international football to club football is a whole different kettle of fish. I agree. What he done with that, Germany are a massive nation. You need to be hitting. I think them as a nation expect to be hitting semi-finals of whatever competition.
Minimum.
Minimum, be it Euros or World Cup. So for them to not even get out of the group, it's crazy. But I've seen what he's done with Bayern. I know some would argue his second season with Bayern wasn't good, but he's won the league with them. I think he won Champions League. He won everything with them that year. And I just think in Liverpool's system, in Liverpool's remit, I do feel he can work with under the constraints of FSG because and next manager that comes in, they need to understand they're not going to get a lot of money to spend. Our owners don't give you a lot of money. That's why what Klopp has done with us is a miracle, because for us to compete year in, year out, bar 1 or 2 under the constraints, it's amazing. But I do believe Hansi Flick is the right mold, because he didn't go into Bayern and spend mad money. That's not even Bayern's remit anyway. They normally sign players that are quite experienced or have a year left and kind of tie them up with 20, 30 million euros. You know what I mean? It's very rare you see Bayern going out buying a player for 60, 70 million. So Hansi's my first choice. I feel like if you're going to judge him off the Germany, his recent tenure in the Germany job, I think it's a bit disingenuous to him. But yeah, that's my first option, man.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Ash, anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree that Liverpool are definitely having a very good season. I was saying it from the very start. I don't know why people were writing them off. I'm glad they didn't get Caicedo. Because I think in a space with Hussam, and I was saying that time, yo, if these guys get Caicedo, like it's gonna be a big problem for the whole league. So, and I know he's not done well with Chelsea, but I think he would have cooked with Liverpool. I think one bad season last year suddenly like made people forget the real Liverpool and the real quality they have. The fact is, when you do if you had to do a combined starting 11 between Liverpool, Arsenal, City, and even like say, I don't know if you want to count the Uniteds and all that stuff, I think you have more players from Liverpool probably along with City. So it was just funny when people were writing them off. I will say, like, in terms of the next manager, it depends for me what Alonso does with Leverkusen. I think if he wins the league this season, I genuinely believe that's one of the most impressive achievements of the season. I think City winning a treble I think Xabi Alonso winning the league with Leverkusen might be more impressive, because with City you're expecting them to be the favorites for the Champions League, expecting them to be favorites for the league. To go there and take that Leverkusen team that was not even challenging for the league before that. As Rom said, like they were 15, 16 the season before. It's not like he took over Dortmund or Leipzig, who were challenging for the league, and with Bayern Munich, or were there, up and there. He's taken a Leverkusen team and revolutionized the way they play football. We're already in second Feb and they're undefeated up until now. If he ends up winning the league with them, I think that would make this guy like a genius. And I think he could be the next big manager. You know, because when Pep took over Barcelona the first time, like, let's be honest, like, what did Pep have? Nothing, right? Like when Zidane took over Real Madrid, he didn't have that experience either. Sometimes these players, like sometimes you have these former players who are such geniuses when it comes to management. And I think it also helps that they were big players back then as well, because that personality when you're leading some players does matter. I think when Zidane is stepping into the Real Madrid team and talking to Cristiano or to Gareth Bale or to Benzema, it's a lot different than a nobody, no matter how good you are as a manager, coming and talking to these players. So I think that kind of personality and the fact that you are a top world-class player, a World Cup winner, Euro winner, Champions League winner, in Alonso does help. I also agree Flick could be amazing. I don't think people should judge him by his international career. It's a bit nonsensical. That Bayern Munich team that won the Champions League in 2020 are one of the best ever to win it. Like that, they smashed Barca 8-2. People forget their results. They smashed Chelsea 7-1 on aggregate. They smashed Tottenham in one game 7-2.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Ash, correct me if I'm wrong. That Bayern Munich team, I think they did, but they went the whole campaign. I don't think they lost at all. Yeah.
Not even a draw. Forget a loss. They did not even draw a single game. They're the only winners, from what I know, that won every single game. And before people say, oh, they played 2 less games because of COVID, the 2 games they played less was against Barca, where they won 8-2, right? That's like a 3-game score. And then Lyon in the semifinals, who they smashed 3-0 comfortably. The same Lyon that knocked out Man City, by the way, in the previous round. So I think he would be an amazing manager for Liverpool. I would probably say that Alonso might be a better fit, just because of the history and the name and everything. But yeah, I think they'll be.
You know, either or. I wouldn't mind either or. The only reason why I edge with Hansi is because of the experience factor. But Alonso does understand the club. Again, he fits into our remit. He's not used to, because I don't really want a manager coming into my club that's used to spending money, because they will just come into our model and be like a rabbit in headlights. They won't know what's hit them. So either or, I'm happy with, to be fair.
The one last thing I'll say is I think it's very important for you guys to keep Van Dijk and Salah next season, especially in that transition with manager.
Now Van Dijk will stay.
Salah is gone. Salah is gone.
I don't know if you heard Van Dijk. He's basically saying after the Klopp news, he come out and said an interviewer asked him, "Do you reckon you'll still
Yeah,
be
yeah,
here after Klopp?" But he said it was taken out of context. Van Dijk and Trent will sign. I'm confident
Mm.
with them.
yeah.
Salah, you know what, Sad? I was saying once the window shut in the summer, Salah will definitely be gone at the end of the year. But
Yeah,
if you're looking at what's happening in Saudi with your Benzema's, I think
Exactly.
Jota from
He might change
Celtic
his
wanting to
mind.
leave. I think a
it's
lot of them,
completely it's completely different, Rums. Shall I tell you why it's completely different?
He's
Because
Arab.
he is gonna be, because of his name, who he is,
yeah,
what he stands for, and everything. Being one of the best Arab players to ever play in the Premier League in the
yeah.
history of the competition, he is gonna go there to be the face of Arab football,
But
and
then
he's
Bro,
yeah. Go
sorry to
on.
cut you out about with
No,
this.
go ahead.
I agree, but with everything you just said, I agree. But for that reason, for the reasons you just mentioned, he's turning 32, I believe. I think he's turning 31, turning 32. For everything you just said, you've seen your Kantes, your Benzemas, your Fabinos. Oh, sorry, not Fabino, but Kante and Benzema. You've seen a lot of people that are 35, 36 plus going there. He's a god, like you said, in the Arabic culture, that he's literally a god-like figure. So I reckon he will go there in the next. Because I was with you, end of the summer, I was like, he's definitely going. The money, what it stands for, poster boy of the league, he's definitely going to go. But I actually believe he signs a year extension, and I think he's going to go summer 2025 now. I actually
Mm.
believe he will stay an extra year. Of course, it's inevitable. He will eventually go, but I think with a lot of the pros, because let's be honest, footballers talk. I think a lot of the pros that are out there, Hendo coming back, whatnot, Mane, whatnot, I reckon they would say to him, look, you can come in whenever you want.
Yeah.
Stay another year, because a lot of the pros that have gone there now want to come back. So I believe Salah will go, but I don't think it will be the summer. I actually believe we keep Dijk and Trent will both sign, and I believe Salah will stay at least another year. I could be wrong, but I think he gives us another year, man.
And the comment that
Mm.
Algo Wapo said, actually, I was gonna like say the exact same thing. The fact is, he's still at the top of his game. Yes, he's not that like electric in terms of pace and stuff, but he's still giving you the same kind of GA overall, and he's still one of the best players in the league, if not the best. I mean, it's obviously him and KDB, whoever you have 1 and 2. So I just feel if he stays another season or two, he could actually cement his legacy more. He obviously could win the league this season or next. You never know. And I think he has a genuine chance of ending his career as one of the best to ever play. He's already one of the best to ever play in the league, but I think he could be touching like Henri level stature if he stays another season or two, as long as he maintains this. Because he's not even the kind of player who you feel like, oh, he's gonna break down very soon. The way he takes care of his
He
body,
looks
the way
after facts,
he looks
facts.
after himself really well. That I think the way he's been playing, he's adapted to him losing a bit of his pace. He's adapted by
Yeah,
becoming more of a
Mm.
creator and just
yeah.
getting into the box a lot more. So I don't know, man. I think it'll be stupid for him to go, in my opinion.
Mm.
I think 2-3 years more in the Premier League, he would absolutely kill it, and then leave for that kind of money, anyways, at 34 or 35.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
Yeah, listen, with Salah, I think
But I wish he
with
goes for
Klopp
our sake,
leaving,
so I'm gonna
with,
be
no, no,
selfish.
I think with Klopp leaving, I think this is his time to go. I feel like he gave his time to Klopp, because I feel like last summer there genuinely was a chance he was going, he was
Say,
out
I
of there,
was
and
worried. I
I
was
think,
worried.
but I think what happened is Klopp has said to him, listen, just give me 1 more year. I've got this
Yeah,
new midfield. I need you to give me 1 more year just to do. I want to build something here. I need you as one of the experienced attackers to help me with this
yeah.
midfield. Do
Because
you know what I mean? I need them to have somebody to deliver the ball to.
We've seen this twice in recent history with Cristiano Ronaldo and Eden Hazard. Remember,
Yeah,
Ronaldo wanted to leave. Fergie said, "Stay 1 more year,"
1 more year. Yeah,
and he
Yeah,
won the Prem for them. And even Hazard
as a
wanted
one
to
more year.
leave the summer before. He's like, you know what, stay 1 more year. I think they win the Europa League that year. So do you know what I
and
mean? Like
Suarez
something.
and Luis Suarez, if you
Yes,
guys
yes,
remember,
yes, yes. Because with your 40 million a
he
month,
was he
how
was
good?
gonna join
I
us,
no
and
need to no need to mention, bro. No
Gerard
need to mention.
convinced him and said, "Stay with us, don't go to Arsenal,"
Yeah,
and he
because
stayed. And
he wanted to leave,
Uh,
and Gerard just put his arm around him like, "Look, stay." And then
yeah,
he nearly delivered us a league. So yeah,
yeah.
I forgot about Sarge. We've seen it with so many players. So you're right, Sarge. I actually believe that, but I just believe now the next manager will try and persuade Salah to stay one more year again. Because I just feel like even Salah's mentality, he wants to win it all. Whenever you hear his interviews, I want to be top goal scorer. Even when they ask him some questions where you would think maybe he might mention another player, like, oh, who do you think will be the top goal scorer in the Liverpool camp, or who do you think will have the most year? He'll be like, well, of course, myself. Like he just, and it's not even arrogance. He just has so much confidence in
Roms,
his
and it's
ability.
even
His
Roms. Sorry to cut you off. Do you even remember the Ballon d'Or question when they asked him, "Oh, you're seventh"? He's like, "Oh, I don't know why," and he was like, "I should be higher." And stuff like that.
yes. I should be
You can
higher,
tell.
yeah.
You can tell, like the guy like wants to be at the very top, which is good to
Yeah,
have.
and
Obviously.
I just believe his mentality alone. I'll just put my chest on the line. I believe he leaves summer 2025. I think he gives us another year. I could be wrong, but I think he gives us another year.
Yeah,
Because
no, listen.
that lucrative deal. Sorry to cut you off. That lucrative
No,
deal
go ahead.
from Saudi for me will be there. Obviously, it's not going to be there
Yeah.
forever, but it will be there summer 2025 as still. So
It
yeah.
will.
Yeah, I think the deal was there regardless on if he stays, he goes now, or he stays another year or 2 years even. The deal will still be there because that's their plan. The way
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia is doing, they're trying to make, they're trying to do what Dubai has done to their country, where they make it massive so people come there. You know what I mean, and can have holidays there because Saudi
Because
Yeah.
they're
Arabia has
bidding for
always
the
been looked as.
they're bidding for the 2034 World Cup. That's why. So they
Yeah.
need these guys to as ambassadors.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So they want the image rights for them. They want everything, so
Yeah.
they can proper put it out there. Like, listen, this is a country where we have some of the best footballers in the world. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, listen, he may stay. It's not completely out the realm of the possibility of him staying. But yeah, for me, I still think he might go at the end of the summer, and that might be just wishful thinking. Who knows? But
No,
listen, moving.
I'm just laughing at Toxic Dash's comment. Kills me.
What did he say?
Like if Salah
Uh,
goes to Saudi, then he
I
oh
can't
can't.
my
celebrate Christmas
god!
anymore.
Oh
Oh
my
my god.
god! What is going on here? Hey, Salah is catching, bro. Salah has been catching strays since that first picture, bro. Since that first
Ever
picture on
since.
Instagram,
I don't know why. I don't know
bro.
why. Like,
It went off, bro. It went off, man. It went off. But listen, moving back to the game, important game, lads. Important game this weekend for both teams. I listen. I think both teams need to win this game. Do you know what I mean? Actually,
Facts.
no. Yeah.
no,
Actually, yeah.
both need
I
to win
think
it.
both
Yeah,
teams have to
100%.
win it. Both teams have to win it. Liverpool have to win it because this will put them in a position of power. You know what I mean? Where they have knocked one horse off of this race or out of this race. They've knocked one horse out of this race. They've got to knock the other horse out of the race now. Do you know what I mean? So they've got chances to do this. Where they've got us at home, and then they've got Liverpool. They've got Man City at home for them. So
Yeah.
this is the chance. They've got two chances to knock both horses out of this race. Do you know what I mean? So I think this is a big game for them, and obviously for us, we need to win this to even stay in the race. We need to win this to say, you know what, we're serious. We're not just gonna get knocked out easy. Yeah, we lost in the FA Cup against you guys, but this time we're coming back with Saka. No, Saka played that game. This time we're coming back with hopefully Trossard in that left wing position. Obviously, I'm just baiting out my starting 11. You know what I mean? We're gonna have Jesus back, and unfortunately not Party because he's getting niggles every single 2 seconds. But we're coming back with a proper midfield, a proper attack. Do you know what I mean? And they're coming back with confidence because of them winning the last two games. I think that's the best thing that could have happened to us. But I think from an Arsenal point of view, we'll start with the Arsenal stuff. Like, I think from the Arsenal perspective, going into this game, we have won both games, won both previous games that we played. I think we needed to win these games. We needed to win these two games. And now it's pretty much from now it's a must win until the very end of the season. Every game, it's game by game. You have to win this game. Every game is a must win for me because we, with those two losses against Fulham and against West Ham, we have put ourselves on the back foot massively. So now this is our chance to like leap forward and be like, okay, we're back, we're back within uh grasp of them. Do you know what I mean? Because in a title race, it's very simple. You stay between 3 and 5 points of the people that you're fighting the title with, and that gives you the chance that if they drop points, if they lose a game, you're then only 2 points behind them. Do you know what I mean? Or even level on points with them. And as long as you're scoring goals, you're better than them on goal difference. That can help you at the end of the season. Do you know what I mean? But for me, this is such an important game. We have to win this game. It's a must win. I put in the title. It's must win. Simple, simple as. There's no ifs or buts. It's just a must win. If we don't win this, then Arteta's putting his hopes all into the Champions League, because either way, he's either got to get us far in the Champions League and get either second, or he has to win the Champions League or the Premier League. Because, bro, listen, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking, and there's certain context, there's certain contextual scenarios where I can allow him to stay another season, but let's just say that he severely lowered the odds of him staying another season when he went and bought Havertz in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Mm.
Ash, give us your quick thoughts on the game against Liverpool, and then we'll just quickly go into um
Yeah, look, I agree with everything you said. I think both teams have a lot of pressure on this game. I think there's definitely more pressure on Arsenal, 100%, because if we
yeah.
lose this game, as you've mentioned, I think we're out of the title race. I generally don't think we're going to win it anyways, and I've said that obviously in the previous streams, but I think losing this game just puts you in a very, very bad position, and we're not going to be able to come back, especially given that we still have to go to City at the Etihad, and two of our last three games are away to United and away to Spurs, right? So it's not like it's not even like the last 3, 4, 5 games of the season are easy. Um, Look, I look at what happened obviously in the FA Cup. There's not much to take from that, except for the fact that they didn't have Van Dijk, which is a problem for us, because I know Kwanzaa has been decent for them this season, but it's day and night between him and Van Dijk, obviously. So their defense is obviously going to be um, a lot better. However, I do take some sort of hope from that game, because we started the first 20, 30 minutes
Mhm.
incredibly well and should have been 2, 3, 4 goals up if it wasn't for our own stupid finishing. So I'm hoping if we can repeat that scenario, maybe the first 10, 15 minutes. I think if we get a goal in the first 10, 15 minutes, it'll be incredible for us, because we'll be able to not exactly control the game. You can't control Liverpool, but at least the game will flow in our momentum, I feel. But the longer the game goes without any team scoring, I feel like that favors Liverpool a lot more. I just feel they have
Mm.
more experience. They have the mentality. They know how to handle that pressure, especially in the last 10, 20 minutes of the game. Even if they're playing away from home, obviously with Klopp being there as well, I feel like that'll favor them. And that's what happened in the FA Cup. Yes, their first goal was an own goal, but it doesn't matter. Like, you need these moments and these lucky opportunities here and there, and they knew how to handle the game after that. So if we don't score in the first 15, 20 minutes, I think it'll be quite difficult. Um, I do generally see us having a good chance, though. I see a lot of posts everywhere where people are like, yeah, Liverpool are going to smoke them. And also, I'm like, I don't think it's going to be that easy. I know they're better than us,
No, it won't.
obviously.
It won't.
Yeah, but it's not going to be. No team is going to smoke the other. That's for sure. If I had
Yeah.
to say like who I think has a better chance, I would just pick us over slightly because of the home advantage. And I don't think, unless we're incredibly unlucky, I don't think we're going to miss those same number of chances that we did against West Ham and Liverpool in back-to-back home games. So I'm hoping that we will be able to see some sort of decent finishing up front, like we saw against Crystal Palace. I think we had like 6 shots and we scored 5 goals. Obviously, it depends on who he starts with. Not to go deep into the starting lineups yet, but I want to see Jorginho start that game. I don't want to see Havertz. I don't want to see Smith Rowe. I
Mm.
want to see a double pivot, especially since we have no option but to play Zinchenko as the left back. We need a double pivot to cover up that left side, because Jota, Diaz, and Darwin Nunes will be giving us a lot of trouble. I'm glad Salah is not playing, but unfortunately, hearing Trent being back is a big problem. But we have to start the game strong, bro. We cannot start the game like you know what? We did that in the FA Cup. We just couldn't finish. Like that's the funny part. We actually started the correct way. If we finish some of our chances, I think we'll be fine. But we need to start strong. We shouldn't be starting slow and let them have the ball a little bit. We need to start like machine for machine kind of settings, attack, 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 and just hope that our home advantage comes in our play in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, 100%. I completely agree. I completely agree with that. Rums, give us your thoughts going into this game, and also I want you just in favor of time and everything like that. I just want you to give us your thoughts on the game. Give us your starting 11 and your score prediction, obviously, because I know you have to go very soon. So if you just give
Yeah.
us your thoughts and then your starting 11 going into this game and your score prediction, please.
My thoughts going into this game. Look, I agree with what Ash said. It won't be a battering. I do believe we'll win. Obviously, at the end of this segment, I'll reveal my score prediction. I do believe we'll win, but it won't be a battering. Now, Arsenal at the Emirates, especially under the team that challenged last season. Obviously, you lot edged it 3-2. And Arsenal at the Emirates, I know you've had some freakish results at back end of last season when obviously it slipped away from you, and West Ham. Don't think anyone saw that coming the other week. But you are tough at the Emirates and you normally get the job done. But just on the back of the FA Cup result, I think that gives us so much confidence. And this is separate to the fact that we've been winning all our games. Just going off the game we actually won at the same venue that we will play on Sunday. We were missing Szoboszlai, we were missing Van Dijk. I don't think Robbo will start because I have Gomez there. I'll get into my starting 11 soon. But even Robbo coming back, Tsimikas might be there. Jota will start this game as opposed of coming off the bench. I just think we'll have a bit too much for Arsenal. I do believe you lot will dominate possession. I think we will kind of let you have the ball. But where we have so many ways, they say there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's so many different variations to how we play. We can adapt to a lot of situations now. I just believe the possession stats will probably be about 60-40 to Arsenal. But like Ash was saying, what the worry for me of Arsenal this season is Saka. I've been under this notion that you didn't necessarily need a 9 this season if Saka and Martinelli could replicate their output from last season. But the fact they haven't, now it's so evident that you need that 9. And you're also missing a midfielder in Xhaka, which gave you all that output, and you've not really replicated that. So for me, it's just your front line. Like, I think we'll only need 3 or 4 chances to win the game, where you'll need 9, 10, and 11. You'll need a higher volume of chances to win this game. And I just believe we're just going to be more clinical. Exactly what we were at the, and even at the Emirates, we could have scored more. Trent hitting the crossbar. I think Nunes had a shot that just that was just wide, and he will, like I said, he will be back. There was a little scare, but he trained this morning, so he'll be back for that game, and we need him for that game. But I just believe we'll have a bit too much for you lot. You lot will have the ball, but I'm not even necessarily going to say the counter, because we'll have our spells where we dominate, but I'll say predominantly it'll be Arsenal. But my starting 11 would be obviously Alisson in goal. Trent comes in for Bradley. Like I said to you two off air, if I was to see Bradley start,
no chance Adrian starts.
Say that again.
No chance Adrian starts instead of Alisson.
You're trolling. You're trolling. Trent. Alisson starts. But you put it like this: if I see Bradley starting ahead of Trent, I'm not going to kick up a fuss because he has been excellent for us. But for me, Trent won us that game at the Emirates, and he can win at a game. He's a match winner. He can turn a game on its head. So Trent comes in for right back for me. Van Dijk and Konate, and I keep Gomez there. Don't fix something that's not broken. Gomez at left back has been excellent. I'll be lying to you if I said I saw this coming. Right back, I know Joe Gomez can put in great performances, but left back, it's crazy of recent, man.
Different animal. He's a different animal at left back.
That assist for Nunes against Bournemouth was that Trent-esque, the way he picked out that cross. So for me, that's my back 5. Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Konate, and Gomez retains his place at left back. My midfield 3 would be Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Curtis Jones. I think Jones has been excellent this year, probably our best midfielder. McAllister in that DM role, we weren't really sure how well he would do. We all know he's more of an 8, but he's been so competent in that 6. So I would play, and Szoboszlai I know he's not been the best going forward, but he scored the goal against Chelsea. What he brings defensively to us is amazing as well. He kind of does that Hendo role where he covers Trent, but he's just a better player. So his industry's crazy. So that's my
He was
midfield
pissing
three.
me off at Anfield, bro. He
Just
pissed me off at
everywhere, just
Anfield,
everywhere,
bro.
innit?
Every single time we're trying to get forward, bro, and then this guy is just picking the ball from the left side or picking the ball from the right side. I'm like, bro, go away, man. You're a centre
Yeah.
attacking mid, bro. What are you doing here,
But
bro?
he's excellent. And then for me, the front three is a no-brainer. Jota through the middle, Nunes on the left, Diaz on the right. Them three at the moment, they're just tearing anything that comes their way. Literally, and it's like a wrecking ball. Anything they see, they're just knocking over. So that's my front three. And yeah, I just think we're gonna have too much for you lot. Again, it won't be a battering. If we come away from Emirates with a 3-1, 4-1 and whatnot, I'll be very shocked. But I think we win this 2-1,
Fair.
man. I actually believe you lot take the lead. And then I just think Arsenal will take the lead, right? And then you won't be able to deal with the pressure that comes with it. You won't be able to kill us off. And then we'll grow and grow and grow into the game. I don't think we'll equalise. And then with the last 10 minutes to go, I think we nick it. Similar to how it went, the FA Cup game, just without it being a clean sheet. I think we win this 2-1, man. I think we win this 2-1.
Yeah, listen. I agree. I agree with that. Listen, respect for your opinion there.
Yeah.
Obviously, listen, I know you have to go, so
Yeah.
I guess me and Ash will finish off the Arsenal part of this section. But Roms, again, my brother, thank you very much for joining me on my channel. It's an honor to have you here. So thank you
Big
very
up.
much for joining me, guys. All of his links will be in the description, so make sure to go and
Yeah.
make sure to go and show some love, please, man. Please go and show some
You
love to him.
know, I just want to
Make sure
say
to do it.
now, big up Ash, lovely meeting you. So listen,
You
many
too,
more
Rom.
to come, many more to come. Hopefully I'll be on the channel in the future, and this time I'll actually have my laptop will be sorted out and whatnot. But big up, I can't really see the comments just now, but big up everyone in the chat as well. And yeah, man, up the Reds. And you know what, Saad? Just before I leave, I'm just gonna add insult to injury for you because you've already had your nation knocked out this week, and now
There
for
you are. There you are.
Arsenal to lose as well. You know what, brother? Listen, on the football side of things, I think it's just gonna be a mad week for you.
Bro,
But you know
you're
what?
out. You know you're outnumbered here. You know you're outnumbered because you didn't even see you didn't even clock. You didn't even clock the Uno. What is it? Was it the Joker card here, bro? Guess who else is Moroccan, bro? Yeah,
Wait,
It's
Ash, you're
happening.
Moroccan as
yeah,
well. All right, cool.
yeah.
Then that's to both of you. I'll add insult to injury. Both of you are gonna have a. It was bad with your nation. It's gonna
Sorry,
get
Ash.
worse. It's gonna get worse with your club, man. But no, thanks for having me. Big up
Nah, all
everyone.
good,
Smash
bro.
them likes. But no, love, appreciate it.
Nah, bless him, bro.
Big up,
Bless, bless,
Roms.
bless, bless,
Cool,
bless.
cool, cool.
Um, yeah. So Ash, getting onto the Arsenal part of it. Give me your starting 11s, my brother. Give me your starting 11 for this game. Who you'd go with?
I mean, Raya obviously has to start as keeper. Back four, we literally have no option. It has to be Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Zinchenko. As I said, my midfield would be Jorginho, Rice, and Odegaard. I don't want to see that Havertz playing as an 8. I don't want to see Smith Rowe play as an 8. I don't want to see Trossard play as an 8. I think we need to start a good pivot. Jorginho maybe like right DM and Rice playing on the left side, left 8. Because then he can cover up Zinchenko when he's in the mid. I think he can also do a good job as an 8 by pressing up front, winning the ball. Do you remember that game in the FA Cup? Like a couple of times he went up front and pressed and won the ball in those dangerous positions. There was one chance that where he pressed and got the ball and started a dangerous attack and we missed it right in front of goal. So I think he will do an amazing job as an 8. Jorginho is the, how do I put it in a nice way? I think he's the less of all evils, like, you know, from all the options we have, because obviously with Partey was not going to start anyways, even if he was fit. But
Yeah,
it was nice. It was nice to think that he could at least come off the bench and have like 20-25 minutes where he helps impact the game. The way he did against City, right? Our goal doesn't come against City if Partey doesn't play on the pitch. And then my front three. Now, I know what you mean. Like by Saka and Jesus obviously have to start 100%. I know why you'd want to start Trossard, but I'll tell you why I'd start Martinelli. For me, like one is the guy has terrorized Liverpool a couple of times in the past. He's got 6 goals against them. Of all the teams he's played in against the top six,
Mhm.
he's got more goals against Liverpool than any other team that he's played against in the top six. 6 goals last season. He got a goal and assist. I know the season has not been that great against them in 2 games, but I think if he's just given that space and given that freedom, um, he might hopefully be a lot more. They're just going. They're
Tash is
just
a
going at us.
Tash is
Yeah,
a bum. He's actually
yeah.
a bum and a fraud.
He is. He's
Hold
been
that.
laughing at my connection
Hold
as well,
that.
bro.
He's a fraud.
Um, big up, Tash.
Big up Tash.
But yeah, look, I would start Martinelli. I don't care who starts there, whether it's Bradley or Arnold. Obviously, if it's Arnold, it's worse for us because Arnold will be a lot more dangerous going forward. But I think whoever starts there, I feel like Martinelli can have a run at them. But I just want Arteta to tell him, hey, can you please play brave football? Take on the fullback. If you are isolated one-on-one, take him on.
Have
Don't
to.
just cut you. Don't just go on the outside all the time and try to cross with your weak foot. Like, can you please try to cut in inside, play the 1-2, make runs behind them, use some of that Brazilian skills and flair that you should be having. I don't even know if he does, but and he does have it because 2 seasons ago he was showing it in abundance, right? But if we start Martinelli on the left, and this is Martinelli from last season, I think whoever plays right back for Liverpool is going to have a long day, especially given Saka's poor form this season in terms of taking on his fullback enough. So I definitely would start Martinelli on the left, and then obviously Jesus and Saka.
Yeah, no, 100%. Listen, Studio Hook shares. Studio Hook says, big up Studio Hooks, by the way. Studio Hook says, I'd start Martinelli because he would do defensive side. He would do the defensive side better than Trossard. Trossard doesn't track back like Martinelli. This is the reason why I would say I would start Trossard over Martinelli in this instance, is because Trossard is the only one that really looks like, you know what, bun all this, bro. I'm taking a shot, man. I'm trying to take a shot. I'm trying to put pressure on the net. You know what I mean? I'm trying to put pressure on the team. It seems like he's the only one who really wants to, do a little flick and then shoot. Pick his head up, shoot. I'm trying to get the ball into the back of the net. Not a lot of our players right now are really about that. They're not doing that. They're not shooting at the goal. That's the reason why I want to bring Trossard in instead of Martinelli, because even when he came on in the game against Nottingham Forest, he had that shot that I almost thought it went in, bro. I almost thought it went in. You know what I mean? Then I saw the angle and I saw his way off. Then, you know what I mean? But it was one of them ones where it looks like it almost went in from a certain angle that they do. But I feel like we need Trossard in that game. And him and Jesus, if they play the way that they were playing against... who do we play? Just
Nottingham Forest.
No.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. If they play how they played against Crystal Palace, where they were kind of interchanging, and they finally cracked the deadbolt, bro, by doing that quick goal where him,
the third goal,
and Jesus knew straight away, bang. You know what I mean? We need to get running ASAP. I think if that was Saka and Martinelli in that position, I don't think we score there. If I'm being completely honest, and I love Saka and I love Martinelli. I don't think. I think right now Saka and Martinelli. I think I don't blame Saka right now. I blame Arteta for what's happening with Saka, because I truly believe this is now. It's how can he go from the first 15 minutes of that game in Nottingham Forest, where he was playing, he looked so good. And then the rest of the game, he went back to usual. He went back to what he does before, where he sits there, he controls the ball. He'd rather go back and hold it in the midfield a bit. He'd go to the wing and he'd just wait there to see if there's a pass that's on. Like, bro, take your man on. In the first 15 minutes, you were doing that, bro. He was trying to go past his man.
Exactly.
Bro, I need that from you. And he's not a one-trick pony. We spoke about this anyway, bro. We've seen this. I said this already. We've seen this from him last season. I know this guy is not a one-trick pony. I know. So he needs to come out. I completely agree with what you said, and it goes back to what we said in the last stream, bro. Where we need to be brave. We need to take more risks. We have to take more risks because you take more risks. We have a good enough defense that even if Liverpool get the ball back, I trust Saliba and Gabriel to stop them.
Exactly.
Declan Rice might be back there as well. Declan Rice, Saliba, and Gabriel, I trust them to stop whoever's coming in from Liverpool. I'll be real. If it's Nunez, I trust them. If it's Diaz, I trust them. Because they have the know-how, they have the defensive ability to stop these players. But the fact is we're not taking enough risks because he's gone so far onto the other side of we just need total control. Even if we're not trying to pepper the goal, even if we're not trying to take risks, we're still trying, you know what I mean, to have full control. And we will get a goal eventually. And sometimes that time never comes. He says it will come eventually, and then it never comes. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much my whole thing on why I'd start Trossard. I went into a bit of a tangent there.
No, I hear you.
Big up Ahmed as well, saying like and subscribe, people. Big up, make sure you are liking and subscribing, people. Toxic Tash saying can't wait for the predictions, you fraud.
You like our predictions, don't worry.
Maybe not mine so much. Abel Tafsa Tasfaha Tasfa Abel Tasfa saying yes, bro. The reason Arsenal didn't score enough was like Trossard in the bench for most of our season. And listen,
I don't agree with that because when he started a couple of games,
that,
he was horrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say that listen, he's started a few games and he's come on a few games and looked underwhelming. But what I will say is that in recent games, he started to look like he's picking his pace up again. And I think that's going to be like a lot of the players, man. I'm hoping that Saka can now start to pick up pace. If we're trying to do this because he's trying to conserve energy, if Arteta's trying to conserve energy for the back end of the season, this is the back end of the season.
Exactly.
Start to release the energy, please. Start to release the energy. Everything that we conserved from the start of the season, release it now.
Yeah.
For the love of all that's holy, release it now. Because we need it now more than ever.
And to be fair to the team, I think we did that the last 2 games. I think we were like attacking a lot more. We were taking a lot more risks. So I feel like we have done that. Obviously, the Nottingham Forest thing, like we conceded, so that kind of dampened that performance. But
sorry, it looked weird, bro. Tash giving TKA prop. When did he turn this? When did he turn this corner? Man said giving TKA prop, bro. Why are you giving T prop?
Yeah, maybe he likes when T shits on Arteta and stuff. I don't blame T though for that. I agree with him. But yeah, look, this is why I said the first 15-20 minutes, in my opinion, bro, are super crucial, man. Because we need to start strong and get that goal. If we get that goal, I genuinely believe if we get a goal in the first 10 minutes, we can get a second goal as well within the first half itself. And that will allow us to control the game a lot better. Again, when I say control, I don't mean like we dominate Liverpool, they don't get any chance. As I said, no team is going to batter the other. Liverpool definitely not going to batter us because it's at our home and we are too good to get battered at home. And we're not going to batter Liverpool because they are a title challenging team and they have quality all over. But if we if we start those first 15 minutes the way we started them in the FA Cup game, but just convert at least half our chances, I think we definitely win that game I think we'll win that game well, right? Maybe like by 2 goals. But it all depends, man.
If we start off how we started last season, this game at home, where we scored straight away off the bat
in the first minute, yeah.
And with this team, and how the defense is right now, I think it will be in our favor. Yeah. But we need to. But the thing is, I don't want us to score 1 goal and then sit back completely.
Yeah, biggest mistake.
The funny thing is, you said that, Ali. You said that in the halftime show. In the,
Yeah.
I don't know whether it
Nottingham
was for Nottingham
Forest.
Forest.
I
Was it
said
for
when we
Nottingham
get our
Forest?
first goal, we should not stop and go for the second, third, and fourth. Yeah.
Bro, you honestly, that is the realest shit I've ever heard, bro. The realest fucking shit I've ever heard, bro. If you get the goal, don't stop. Don't stop. Be relentless, bro. You get that
Yeah.
first goal, you're even hungrier. You're even more hungry. That's not even a word, hungrier. You're even more hungry for the second goal. You're even more hungry for the third goal. Do you know what I mean? That's the type of relentless energy that you want,
I
that
think
Man City
hungrier
do.
is a word, by the way. But anyways,
Oh, is it? Yeah, it didn't sound right when I said it. But you're even more hungry for the third goal. That's why City are so fucking dangerous. Because their hunger never runs out. They're never full. Always want more and more and more. Like a fat kid in a restaurant. All you can eat buffet. Just more, more, more. Give me another plate.
and
That's what
sad.
City is.
That's what the best teams do. City, Liverpool, Barcelona in their peak time,
Mm.
Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, they don't stop. Like, and they keep
Yeah.
committing players. They don't care if they're like in two versus. This is what I'm saying. We have to stop being afraid of being in two versus two situations or three versus three or caught in a count. We need to stop getting afraid, being afraid of that, because what's the point of us coming and praising our centre backs, Saliba and Gabriel, the best centre backs we've had since the Invincibles, if we are so scared of letting them face counterattacks? We
Exact.
have to be able to take that risk, bro. I sometimes I sit and watch the Bundesliga and I see how Bayern Munich play like over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Bro, the way these guys put 4, 5 people in the box and cross from the right, cross from the
Mm.
left. No wonder they break teams, bro. No wonder they break teams. That Champions League thing where we spoke about, obviously, because he was Roms mentioned Hansi Flick, the 2020 season. Go watch those games and watch the Champions League run they had. The number of times they would just overload the box, have a bunch of people in and just cross it in. They know that
Mm.
they're going to be able to score, and they're not scared if you go and counter them, because they know for you to defend them when they're attacking with 4, 5 people in the box, you have to commit defenders back as well. And if you
Mm.
end up with, unless you're playing like a, when you're playing against teams like Liverpool and City, I'll tell you what kind of teams work best. The peak Barcelona with MSN or PSG with Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. Because you'll have three guys who don't track back, right? So then when you win the ball and you play that long ball to one of these three guys, you're countering proper in a very dangerous position with three dangerous attackers, right? But the downside is you're
Mhm.
defending with seven, right? But if you are playing against a team like, okay, obviously Liverpool is a big team, but every other game we play from here till the end of the season, we need to overload the box and take a lot more risks. And for me, even against Liverpool, we need to be doing that in the first 20 minutes, because what's the point of us playing at home then? Like, if we don't take advantage of our home ground.
Mm.
And bro,
Yeah.
honestly, that FA Cup game still hurts me to this day. No
Yeah.
defeat
Yeah. No.
more than that game hurts me
Yeah.
more this season. I promise you. Even last
Because we
season,
could
by the
have
way.
killed them.
Hundred
We could have.
percent, and
We could
and
have. Bro.
and because we I genuinely believe we are winning the FA Cup this season. I'm not even saying this for the sake of saying it. I genuinely believe this season we're going to finish second in the league. We're going to reach the Champions League quarterfinals and get knocked out, and we're going to win the FA Cup. And the fact that we lost at home to a not fully fit Liverpool without Salah, without Van Dijk, and we still lost 2-0. Bro, I swear, even last season, no defeat hurt me more than this, bro. It was so bad. So we need
Yeah.
to we need to get revenge for that game, man. We have
No,
to.
100%, 100%. Big up, True Blue Clay as well in the building, saying, big up Sard, finally able to join one of your streams. Big up chat, like and subscribe. Yeah, big up Clay, man. Thank you very much for tuning in, my brother. Happy to have you. Now let me quickly get into my thing so we could do the
Score
score
predictions.
predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my starting 11 is going to be obviously the back five picks itself. I'm not going to get into that. My midfield, I'm gonna go with uh, Rice, Jorginho, and Odegaard. So same as you.
Yeah.
That was what you said, in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So same as you. Then for my front line, obviously Saka, Jesus, and Trossard up front, and I want Jesus to do exactly what he done against Nottingham Forest. Literally performance like for like. I just want him to do exactly what he did against. If Jesus does exactly what he did against Nottingham Forest, and we're able to move a bit, you may able to move the ball a bit quicker. Having Trossard there, if we can get the ball into the back of the net, it's going to be by him.
Mm.
Saka, I don't know how I don't know how Arteta is really gonna utilize him. Whether he's gonna play a risky game, because the thing is, I expect him to go. Don't try and control the game so much, bro. Like, obviously, have some sort of control. I do believe we'll have majority of the possession, but try and be a bit more risky with the way you're playing. So I listen. That's my starting 11. But let's go to score
Actually,
predictions.
before
Yeah,
we
yeah,
do
right.
score predictions, can I just make one change? Because I realized we're not predicting what starting lineup he's going to start with. We're saying what our preferred starting lineup would be, right?
You're gonna put Trossard
Honestly,
on there.
I would start with Jesus, Trossard, and Martinelli. I would bench Saka.
Huh?
I genuinely would bench Saka.
Whoa!
I would, bro. I would start
Whoa!
Jesus right, Trossard as a striker, and Martinelli on the left, and then bring on Saka off the bench because, for starters, he's not had
Yeah,
luck
yeah.
against
You need
Liverpool
to
this
explain.
season.
You need to explain that. You need to
For,
explain that, bro. Don't just
for
say it.
starters, he's not had luck against Liverpool this season in 2 games, right? Against Man City, obviously he didn't play that game, and we won. And Jesus was doing well on the right side, anyways. That game, right? So there's clear evidence from these 3 games that we don't desperately need him. And the problem is, if Saka plays and he's the same Saka that he's been against Liverpool in those 2 games, it's a problem for us because we attack a lot from his side and we rely a lot on him. And if he keeps getting locked up by Joe Gomez, it's going to affect our whole attack. Versus if we have an informed Jesus playing on the right, informed Trossard playing up front, and Martinelli who always terrorizes them, I think that's a much better midfield. I think that there's decent pace there. Jesus has done an incredible job as a right winger against Liverpool many times in the past when he played for City. I think his last season with City, he assisted, I think, from the right side to Phil Foden at the Etihad. So for me, I would bench Saka and I would start that front
I
three. I
mean,
didn't
listen.
realize like
It's not really as. It's not as bad as to be honest. It sounds at first, because if you look at it, look at how we performed against or look at how Jesus performed against City.
yeah,
I think that was one of his best performances this season, where he was just twisting up um,
Guardiola.
Barbie doll. Yeah, so he was twisting him up, bro. You know what I mean? And actually putting pressure on Diaz, I believe, was starting that game as well. So he was putting pressure on their defense. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like, listen, if he does drop Saka, it's not completely the end of the world, but it's definitely gonna put out a message there that you need to put your
Nobody's
performances up.
safe.
Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
100%.
Nobody is safe.
100%.
If you did drop him, that would be crazy, because it would be like nobody's safe for in my team. If you don't perform, but I don't think so, because he just scored a goal the last game, so I don't
Yeah,
think it
but
will happen.
even then, I mean, his performances against Liverpool this season in 2 games have been horrendous, in my opinion. So,
Mm.
um, I would definitely change it up. If we're talking about, because I know Ahmed has asked like predicted lineups. If you're asking to predict what Arteta would do, then it's kind of obvious. Like the same back
Yeah,
five, Declan Rice, Odegaard. He'll probably start Kai Havertz in the
he
mid
will
back
put
again.
habits. Habits 100%
Um,
gets back in there.
and then he'll start the front three of Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli. He won't start Trossard. He'll bring him off the
He
bench.
had to. He had to
So
start. He had to start. He had to start Smith Rowe because of the whole
yeah,
fucking performance that he had, and that performance only came because of him having to bring on Smith Rowe earlier because of the loan move to West Ham. So realistically, if Arteta really wanted his way, I don't even think he wanted to play. I don't even think he'd want to play Emil Smith Rowe. He'd want to go with Havertz because that's his
mm,
guy. Do you know what I mean? That's
yeah, yeah.
his guy.
He'll do that for sure. And that's if he does that, I don't think we'll win the game.
Mhm. Yeah, if he starts Havertz in that midfield, we lose that game. We lose that game,
Mm.
100%. Um, just before we go, Michael Apollo saying if we utilize Jesus next season as a winger more, and we do get that main striker in, and we do get that main striker and the centre forward. Yeah, listen,
don't mind that.
I think that's the future for Jesus. I don't think he's going to get sold. A lot of people think that Jesus is going to get sold, and they're going to bring in two strikers, um, uh, Tony and Osimhen. I think they bring in Tony and Osimhen. They don't get rid of Jesus. They
By the way,
put Jesus on the wing.
he completed his comment. If you check,
Oh,
because the
sorry.
question has been complete.
Yeah, so he said if we utilize Jesus next season as a winger more, and we do get that main striker in the centre forward, it would be the dream strike along with Jesus on the right and Martinelli.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that would happen. I think he will go to the wing, but I still think Saka will be a massive part of it, unless he has different plans for Saka, because he might have. I don't know. But right now we got Jesus and Eddie Nketiah up front. So safe to say, I'm shitting bricks. When it comes to goal scoring perspective, I'm shitting bricks. Clay says, in the words of Saeed, are the curtains on the wall for Arsenal's title race if they lose this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's if we lose this weekend, I think it's over. Forget
Bro,
about
8
title.
points. 8 points.
You
No chance we'll make that.
you can't turn that around. Not in the form, not how they're playing for Klopp at the moment.
Yeah.
And Man City already, we know they're the sleeping giant right there. They've already woken up. They're half asleep right now while they're walking. It just takes them to freaking stumble upon a freaking can of Red Bull and then bang. And I mean, you're gonna see 5-6-0 next game. 5-6-0. Oh, they've dropped off a little bit. 4-0. Oh, they conceded 4-1. Bro, these guys, as soon as they start getting ready, I still think right now City are a bit, you know what I mean, not to that level that they were last season. But it takes a couple of games, man. It takes a couple of games, and they'll be back to their best, and people will be like, "Fuck, you know." Even Liverpool, I don't think can do it. Even
I mean,
Liverpool, I don't think.
they've won their last 8 consecutive games, bro. 8 in a row. Like, and they haven't, like, look at the results, yeah. 3-0 against Urawa Reds, 4-0 against Fluminense in the finals, 3-1 Everton, 2-0 Sheffield, 5-0 Huddersfield in the FA Cup, 3-2 Newcastle away from home, by the way, 1-0 away from home against Tottenham, and then 3-1 against Burnley. So it's not like they've been scraping through and struggling and last minute winners and stuff, bruh. And this is without Haaland.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked. We already read that one. He said, "Think about it." Studio Hooks, big up Studio Hooks. Said, "Think about it. We only lost because we removed the red from our kit." Yeah, listen, man.
Listen, that's a noble cause,
I
but hey, we need to murder these Reds on Sunday.
Yeah, we need to, bro. They need to, something needs to change. Rob, big up Rob, says based on how Arteta is doing things, Jesus will leave before Eddie. Well, if that happens, then bro, he might as well pack his bags. He might as well pack his bags. And to complete the complete honest truth is, even when I am eventually Arteta out, which if it goes wrong this season, I have to. I'm sorry. We've regressed. If we regress, you can't. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're in a situation where we need to win trophies now. But even if let's say for instance I do come out and I say I'm Arteta out, I genuinely don't believe he's gonna go. I think at the end of the
Yeah.
season, even if he gets like 4th place and doesn't win any trophies, and even if he gets knocked out by Porto, everybody's probably going to be Arteta out, or a large majority of the fan base is going to be like, "Oh, Arteta out. This guy is not the guy. This guy's not the guy." The managers, the management teams, and the higher ups and the cronkies, they're going to come back to us and they're going to say, "Fuck you guys, bro. We don't care about what you lot think. We care about what manager you lot want. We want Arteta. He's staying." I genuinely don't think he goes, even if he gets top 4 and he goes out to Porto in the Champions League. I still still don't think he goes. I think he's built this system. They are gonna die on this hill, with Arteta where they are going to. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, listen, 100%. I think at the moment Eddie is just favored for some weird fucking reason. bro. The way this guy glazes over Eddie, bro. You'd think he's the reincarnation, the next fucking coming up R9, bro. Fucking hell, bro. You think he's next Ian Wright, bro? In the making, bro. He is not that guy. Anyway, let's move on from fucking Eddie in no goals. Trubut Clay says, yeah, I'm still hurting from Wednesday, putting it delicately. All the best to you lot. Yeah, that was not a pretty sight to see, man. That was not for a Chelsea fan, especially. That was not, given what you've done to them in previous games. It's not a pretty sight to see. Ahmed says, but don't forget that City has UCL fixtures. Liverpool have Europa League. Yes, Liverpool do have Europa League, but let's face it, City right now are going up against Copenhagen. With all due respect to Copenhagen, it's night and day, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, it's night and day. If you think Copenhagen are touching Man City the way they touched Manchester United, you're in the wrong part of Manchester.
They're gonna lose
There's
home and
one,
away, bro.
yeah, Copenhagen are losing that, and I think by a large scoreline, bro. A
Hmm.
large scoreline. I
At the
think
Etihad, it'll probably be 5-6-7-0. Yeah,
yeah, what they did to RB Leipzig at the Etihad was crazy.
exactly.
That's just what I'm using as a barometer for why I think that. KDB back, KDB being back is massive for them, and Haaland still to come back. He was on the bench.
Yeah.
He's going to be starting the next game. Ashraf, if Arteta goes, who do you want in?
I mean, look, I always say, like, it's not our job to know who the next manager comes in
Yes,
is, right? It's the board,
it's
because
not.
you don't pay me that kind of money to be able to scout and stuff. I do have some names on the top of my head, but again, like, I'm not a scout, or I'm not working for the board to be able to check these managers well and see. If I had to just give a name just to respect the comment, obviously an answer, Toxic Tash. I mean, I don't think Xabi Alonso would join us if he wins the league with Leverkusen. I think he would definitely go to Liverpool. But if he wouldn't go to Liverpool, if we can sway him with more money or whatever, I don't know. Like, I would definitely go for him if he wins the league. If he doesn't win the league and bottles it, then probably not. Um,
No, who did you
uh,
just say? Sorry, I was just
Xabi Alonso, if he wins the league with Leverkusen. Um,
nah,
I
nah.
like Simeone. I think Simeone, I know he's a defensive manager. I get it. But I think given the right tools, he will attack well. But he will also instill that character and that fight in our team. Um, I'm not sure about Zidane, just because I feel he
He
might
would never
need that
come.
kind of. He would
He
never
would
come,
he,
and he
he
might
would
need that
never come.
stature.
He does not want to know. This guy don't want to learn English. Let's just
Oh,
let's
oh
just
my God. Yeah,
let's
that's
just
a
keep
lot.
bro. This guy's came out and said, bro, I don't want to learn English.
Yeah.
Simple as that, bro.
The,
He speaks French. He wants to continue that way.
he'll probably join
Speaking
the French
French.
team. I think he'll probably take over the French team after Deschamps.
Yeah, 100.
Um,
percent
the last name I'll give, which a lot of people will not like, is, I know he's had his ups and downs with his current team, but I think given a team like Arsenal with the resources he will have, I think he would actually do well, because he implements his philosophy home and away everywhere he goes, and that's De Zerbi. Right? I love the way De Zerbi plays football. I love the fact that he had a record of like, what, 32, 33 games in a row where he scored a goal, or their team scored, until we ended that when we beat them 2-0. Um, and yes, with Brighton, it's been up and down, but it's Brighton, for God's sake. Like, the fact that he's got Brighton to play this kind of football and win the games they have, and I think they're top 10, right? Are they in the top half of the
Yeah,
table? I think they are.
yeah. I think
Um,
they're eighth. I think at the
yeah,
moment.
I think that's really good for a Brighton team that just loses players every single season. Every season. Like, they've lost Caicedo and McAllister, their best two midfielders, and they're still
They're
in and
ninth.
around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Uh,
There you go. And I
but
think
I do agree with you. I think the treatment of De Zerbi is very harsh.
it's crazy. The guy is
And
top of his
even
group in the Europa League, by the way,
yeah,
with Marseille
With Ajax
and Marseille.
and Marseille. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Oh my god, these are two giant clubs, bro.
yeah. So
Ajax
now
and Marseille
imagine,
are not jokes, bro. They're Champions League
exactly.
winning clubs, bro.
So
Are
now
we like
imagine if you give him a team like Arsenal or something with better defenders than what he has. Look, Lewis Dunk is good, but he's not Saliba or Gabriel good, obviously. Imagine he gets better defenders, and most importantly, imagine if he has more resources and more money, right, to actually spend on better players versus going for Angira, and I don't know what his name is, the right winger, and going for Mitoma and all these kind of players. So But anyways,
Yeah.
like these are just a couple
I
of
I
options.
I think obviously I know Tash didn't really ask me, but just to throw my hat in the ring, um I think it's two managers. I wouldn't bring in Xavi Alonso. I don't think he'd come to us anyway.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
Um the he's got a release clause, and that's only available for Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Liverpool. If we went for him, we'd have to spend the big bucks. Um, my two names, I am going with Simeone
Yeah, fair.
or De Zerbi. I need managers who now have experience. And that's one of the main reasons why I wouldn't go for Xavi Alonso, because he hasn't got experience as a
Fair.
manager. Yeah, I need because I've gone with the manager, I've gone with the novice, the one that's coming fresh, and you know what I mean, learning on the job. I've done all that shit.
It
I
hasn't
want
worked.
someone who's exactly. I want somebody who can come in straight away, bang. I know what I'm doing. Been here before. Bring me some big players now. Bring me some
Yeah.
experienced players, some ego players, and get me a manager who can handle these ego players. But let's face it, Arteta can't handle players with big egos. But yeah, those are my two choices, to be honest. And just to finish off with these last two comments. By the way, Saad, banter and rivalry aside, you are absolute star in Alahwa. One of my favorite shows, and you're all brilliant. Nah, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for the kind comments, man. And honestly, we try so hard to get that show where it is, man. And you know, Hassan really puts in the hours to
Big up,
organize
Sam.
everything, man. So you know what I mean. It's a lot of credit has to go to Hassan, man, because he puts in a lot of hours trying to get everybody in that place to do the show at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So we've built an amazing thing there together, and yeah, we just want to keep it going and going and going so it can get bigger and bigger and bigger. And to just end off here, there was something here that I wanted to that made me laugh. Where was it? That's it. Michelangelo.
Yeah, I saw this. Yo,
Bro, Michelangelo. Why did I say Michelangelo, bro?
oh,
That's what I thought
Michael
the first
Apollo.
time I saw his name. Michael Apollo. He says, plot twist. Mourinho does the same shit with Chelsea and brings Arsenal a UEFA League, Champions League,
To win
and
UEFA
three
and three
Premier
PLs.
Leagues.
Nah, come on.
If he done that, if he done that, I'm sorry, but I'd have to say it's bigger than what he did at Chelsea. I'd have
Yeah,
to.
yeah, of course. But his
Just
time is up.
because, yeah, I think he's way past his sell by date, bro.
Yeah.
As a manager in the competitive leagues, um, but yeah, I think that's only now. I
Mm.
still think before he was good. I think he was a good
Yeah.
manager when he was at Tottenham. He just wasn't backed. You know what I mean? That's something that I argue with one of my boys at work. We had a whole argument about it for like half an hour on the fact
Damn.
that yeah, because he said watch if Mourinho came to your club and done what he done at our club, you lot would hate it because you lot love your football. Listen, at certain points, Mourinho will play good football. He just needs to be backed. He needs to. If you bring him the players to match his system, and I even think Roma didn't really do him justice because they didn't bring him the
Mm.
players that he wants. If you put money next to him and you give him the players that he needs and he requires for his system flourishes. Do you know what I mean? But that's besides the point. He's gone now. But anyway, guys. That is the end of the show. Thank you very much for joining us. If you have enjoyed this stream, make sure you are hitting that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 5k people. We hit 1k. I'm so close to getting monetized, man. So close to getting monetized, man. So I will have super chats, the super chats option available very soon. Very soon. So we will have that available. Did we not do score predictions?
No, we
Oh my
didn't.
goodness, we didn't do score predictions. Good one, Tash. Oh, Tash, you are a legend. You are a legend. He's
A toxic
honestly,
legend.
he's a toxic legend, bro. Look at this guy, frauds. You're a fraud. How about that, mate? Um, yes. What's your score prediction for this game, my brother?
If he starts Havertz, I think we lose 2-1. If he doesn't start Havertz, I think we win 2-0.
I think if
I'm gonna, you know what, just to pick only one because I feel like I'm sitting on the fence. I'll say 2-0 Arsenal.
okay, I think it's gonna be 2-1 to Arsenal. I think it's gonna be a 2-1 win to Arsenal. However, I think it's gonna be a very close game. A very close game.
Mhm.
Just because listen, this is a bit of hoping that we can take risks. But yeah, if it's a draw, I wouldn't be totally surprised. I wouldn't be totally surprised if it was a draw, but I do think we can win this game. I think the home advantage could just push us on that bit more with us having Trossard as well available for this game, and um, with us having Trossard and having Jesus there available, I think that improves us massively to what the team that they came up against. And
Yeah.
the thing is, this is what happens, bro. Certain people ask for predictions, you give predictions, and they're
He's not
like,
happy.
"Oh my god, you're frauds! You're shameless! This is making me sick. Moroccans are frauds." Hey, Tash is too. Well, like, I listen, the thing is, yeah, this is hopefully, inshallah, I pray, inshallah, this is how my weekend goes. Saturday evening, Cape Verde does a madness and wins. Yeah. And then Sunday evening, Arsenal wins. And then I am gonna dunk on Tash from the left, from the right. I'm gonna throw him up to the hoop and slam dunk him, bro. Alley oop style, bro. I'm gonna
Why?
I'm gonna
Where's he
pass him
from?
over to Ash. But he's South African, bro. This guy's been on me. This guy
No
been on me for a
wonder.
minute, bro. He's a fraud. Why?
No
Come on,
wonder, bro.
man. Come on. You didn't know he was a
No
fraud, bro.
wonder. No wonder. I
You know,
didn't
and
know
he's
that,
always
bro.
asking people to clip me, bro. He's always asking people to clip me, bro. He's such a fraud, bro. Look at Clay, bro. Oh, like, yeah, you're such a fraud, Clay. But nah, big up to you guys. But anyway, listen, those are our score predictions. Like I said before, smash the like button because it really does help the channel. Subscribe to the channel as well. And I appreciate everybody who has come through and actually you guys commenting. I'll be so real, man. I still sometimes I just pull up to my channel and I go live, and the amount of people that are in here that actually want to come through and actually listen to me speak about football, and obviously, the panels that I try to get for you guys. I'm so blessed, man. So blessed and happy that I can actually do this and speak to some speak to you people about football, and we can actually discuss different things. Do you know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody who does come through to my channel. Make sure you are subscribing. Make sure you are liking. I got a lot of love for you guys. So thank you very much, Ash. Thank you very much for joining me. Obviously, big up Roms as well. JJ
Big up, big up.
just couldn't make it. He was work, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's mad. But yeah, big up to you guys. I got a lot of love for you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure to, and guys watching on the replay, drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts, man. But laters, my people. Peace.